all up in your area. Saturday. I'm sorry, it's not the Daily Go Getimism show. I messed up already. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm your host, Sun752. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should as well. Today on the Daily Go Getimism show, we are talking about your stepdad's last name. Your stepdad's last name. So what we are going to be talking about essentially and really, in reality, we are talking about and asking the question of whether a mom should have the right to change the child's her child's last name to the name of the man she is marrying. If the biological father isn't in the child's life. And honestly, even if he is, because, we might run into a situation on the here and there where somebody may take the liberty or the lead in determining the name of a child, which can determine the future and the history of and the direction of a child's life. Your last name is given to you at birth, normally, right? I don't remember any babies leaving the hospital without a last name. I mean, they make sure they get your social security number with the quickness, so you can start putting bills in your baby's name as soon as he's born, and she gets a last name. So that's what we're talking about today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I want to thank y'all in advance for coming on through. I want to thank everybody for coming through last night. We're about to get on the drums, the ones and twos for all practical purposes in my world. But this should be a good conversation for this afternoon, y'all. We are expecting big snow in the city a little later on. Big snow in the city later on. We're going to see how that goes. But nonetheless, we're going to make it right. We're going to make it hot. 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 Yo, we're going to make it hot. Yo, we're going to make it hot. Yeah. We're going to make it hot. T. Carey, we're going to make it hot. Stacey White, we going to make it hot. Yo, grown woman don't try. Yo, we gonna make it hot. Yo, we gonna make it hot. Yo, we gonna make it hot. Yo, we do it a lot. Yo, around this time, we gonna make it hot. We gonna make it hot. We gonna make it hot. It's cold as hell outside. We gonna make it hot. We gon' make it hot. Yeah. 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 Let's warm it up. Get it warm, y'all. Hit that like button. Come on in. Come on in. It's nice and warm in here. We're gonna warm it up. We're gonna turn the thermostat up a little bit. Yes, we are. Yeah. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Saturday from 2 p.m. till around 3:30-ish. And the reason that we say 3:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Saturday. And it is Saturday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should as well. Today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we talking about your stepdad's last name. Your stepdad's last name. We are talking about whether a mother should have the power to change her child's last name when she gets married. Whether that child is very, very young, whether that child doesn't have the biological father in their lives, or even if they do. Should a mom have the power to change the family name, the dynamic of the child? Should she have full power and control over that? Now, you know, some people might say that, yeah, well, mom can do whatever she wants to do when the child is really young, especially if the father ain't around. Like if the father is not around to contest it, and possibly the child wasn't carrying dad's last name anyway. Like, so if the mom's last name changes, why wouldn't the child's last name change? It's a valid question. It is. That's a valid question. But is giving the mom full power to do that, is that the valid answer? Because there are a lot of different ways that this whole situation can play out. Like, what if the mom says, all right, I'm changing my last name to my hubby's last name, and she goes ahead and does that regardless of whether the child, the new husband has adopted the child. Like maybe the husband hasn't adopted the child. You don't have to. If she's changing her last name and changing the child's last name, basically she's just taking her bags with her. Now, suppose they get divorced in the next 5 years. So you change the child's last name before he or she started going to real elementary school. So maybe, let's say they were 4 or 5 years old. Your last name, the mom's last name was Jones. The child's last name was Jones. They got married, and she got married to a man whose last name was Roberts. So she changed her name and the child's name to Roberts. Now, she probably has to go as far as changing the child's name on the birth certificate. So you're going to have to go down to the court of common pleas to make sure that everything is on the up and up. But let's say she goes ahead and does all of that. All right. Now, later on, when the child becomes of age, what if they contest it? Like, now you may say, well, yeah, the child can get get his or her name changed back to whatever they want to. But should they have to go through all of that? Should there be a more I want to say like due process, but should there be a process that extends a little bit to, to try to eliminate these kind of conflicts? What's up, Dimples D's? What's going on? How you feeling? And Emily Dunlap is, I said, the Emily Dunlap. Emily Dunlap. Emily Dunlap. Emily Dunlap is in the house. Stacy White is in the house. Dimples D. Yo, thanks for coming out. Grown woman, yo, give a shot. I said, TK Wright coming on out. Yo, what's your day about? I said, I want to thank y'all on a snow day. It ain't snowing right now, but it's okay when it starts to come down. where it starts to really come down. Will you be around? High sound. I put the sound in your ear. I'm talking to all of y'all. A new year. It's Aquarius time. I see you grown woman. It's Aquarius time. If shit go wrong, I'ma make it a little better with a new song. What we talking about today? Yeah, it's controversial. Yeah, that's what some might say. I might be the one, but we gon' still get the job done. Everything is alright. No psych. This is my thing. I do this thing, crown it like a king. This is chess, not checkers, baby. Matter of fact, this is definitely checkers, baby. Cause checkers is fun, and I don't always have fun when I play chess. I ain't the one. Sometimes I don't wanna calculate, but I like to do my thing and conversate now. Conversate is not really a word, but people be saying that shit, so that's the word that you heard, baby. My name is O-M-A-R-R. Yeah, that's a superstar. I added on the R when I get to social media. So now you can find me. That's my deal. If you ask me what's going on, I tell you how I feel. I'm real like cheese. You know that real sign, a symbol like these. I'm on my thing. Yeah, I'm on my joint. Yeah, that's what I'm on. Let's go. Keep on rocking. Yeah. I said I keep on rocking the bridge. You keep rocking. I said I keep on rocking the bridge. You keep rocking. If the kids stop rocking, the bridge will keep rocking. Yo, rest in peace, the fly tie. I said, keep on rocking. Yeah. Keep on rocking the bridge. You keep rocking. Keep on rocking the bridge. You keep rocking. That's that 1986 shit. Yeah, sick shit. This is 2026 shit. Yeah, shit was 40 years ago. Every time I think about it, I just hit, what the hell, yo? 40 years ago at the 80s, that shit is crazy. Run my style, yo. Gotta keep growing all the while. But I'm talking about the children. What up, Johnny West? Yeah, never fest. Yo, get the drums out. Get the dope drums out. When I bring the drums out, we get the dope drums out. All right. All right, so y'all, do you understand what we talking about today? So let's get this conversation started. So as I put my toys away, It's the 24th of January. So, you know, y'all only got a few more shopping days left till Christmas. So I suggest you get with the program, chop. Get with the program, chop. Johnny West says, an informer told me there's going to be 12 inches of snow. That's what they said. And Big Remy says, are you a foundational Black American or immigrant anchor baby? Well, first of all, I am Black and I have a foundation and I am, they say the FBA, Foundational Black Americans. What happened to descendants, wait a minute. What was it? African descendants of slaves or some shit like that a few years ago? I'm both. All I know is this. I was born in America. My parents was born in America. My grandparents was born in America. Their grandparents was born in America. We ain't got nothing but Black American in us. So as far as I can go back, all I got is American South. So they went from the South up to the North. So you take it the way, I don't like this, we talk about the FBA and all of that shit. That's just somewhere along the line, they started, getting in our pockets. I ain't with all that bullshit. And I ain't gotta shut out other Black people just to prove my American worth. And I'm not saying that that's what they all do, but they do kind of do that shit. You know what I mean? To hell with Fat Joe. Busta Rhymes too. All right. I'm definitely serious. All right. So That's how it's going down, y'all. Your stepdad's last name. Your stepdad's last name. Should a mom be able to change the child's last name when she gets married? What if she get married twice? She gonna try to do that shit twice? That's what you trying to do, ma? I mean, what if your mom is a hottie? I mean, what if your mom is a straight stone cold hottie with the face, hair, and the body? She was a stone cold hottie. Face, hair, body. The kind that men be trying to lock down with the quickness. I'll marry you. Yes, I will. Mom been married 3 times. She under 30. How you do that? And it is some people that can actually lay claim to that. Oh, the first husband, he got shot. You know what I mean? He didn't make it. And the second husband, it didn't work out. Now I'm on my third. And I'm 28. You mean to tell me your child already had 3 last names and he ain't even 10? Change, it's time to face the strange changes. Yo, your mom is on that bullshit. All right. I ain't here to diss nobody, though. I ain't here to diss nobody. Listen, anybody who takes this personally, if you can take this situation personally, then I'm going to say that personally, you might be on some bullshit. You said that's no rap joke, Informer. Oh, damn, son, yeah, I got it. Oh, hell yeah. MC Shan Snow, Informer. Okay, my bad, son. My bad. I'm slow. And here I am singing the bridge. And I mean, you should have said the bridge is over. The bridge is over. Biddy bye bye. 10 days until a national holiday is coming. Now, what national holiday would be in 10 days? I just can't imagine. Is it Groundhog Day? Is it Groundhog Day? I, and my people's Time is in the house. What up, Tom? What's good, man? Always good to see you. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. All right, so let's go. I'm gonna go get my chair. Sitting here in this chair. Oh, baby, I do things my way. I'm gonna just talk to you. All right. So what are y'all initial thoughts, man? What are we working with? What are we working with today? You're giving your stepdad's last name. Men, I need to talk to y'all. I need to talk to my brothers. What would you do if you and your baby mom were estranged, or, you know, maybe you were trying to be involved in your child's life, but you and your baby mom didn't get along very well, and she felt some kind of way about it, and maybe you were in a situation where you had to chase your child down. You know, your mom keep moving, changing numbers, changing addresses or whatever. And then she messes around and marries some dude, or maybe didn't even marry him, but was serious about him and got engaged and went ahead and changed her last name and your child's last name. If your child was carrying your last name, how would you feel to be asked if you would allow, or if you would be okay with the mom changing your son or your daughter's last name? What would be your initial thoughts? How would you handle that situation? And please don't say go upside her head. CC talking about my 71st trip around the sun. Trip around the sun. I thought the earth was flat. Never mind. That's another conversation. That's another conversation. Tom says they don't know nothing about that type of music. They don't talk no more. They be texting like these YNs are crazy work. Johnny West says if the kids are junior, then he can't change are junior, then he can't change your name. Interesting. Interesting. Now, are you saying that hasn't been done? Because I know for a fact that it has. Change the birth certificate and everything. They ain't asked for shit. They ain't asked no permission. They did that shit. Tom says that could never happen to me because I would take her straight to court. Okay. Stacey White says, I'm trying not to use cussing words. How hard you trying, man? How hard you trying? How hard you trying? All right. How hard you trying? How hard was it for Chad Johnson to change his name to Ocho Cinco? Yo, get off my dick. Talking about I look like Diddy. Eat a dick, pussy. Now guess what you look like? Now you look dumb. Now you're gonna try to fire back and then your comments gonna get deleted like fuck. That's the way that's gonna work. I mean, fuck you. But anyway, since you're definitely a man, maybe you could answer the question too. What's your punk ass? Like, how would you feel if your baby mom, changed your child's last name because she got married? If the child was carrying your name? And you know what? I think it's a appropriate question to ask. What if the child wasn't what if the child wasn't carrying your last name? Like the child was carrying the mother's last name. Would that not make a difference to you? Because to me, I'm thinking like this is a control issue. This is a control issue. You know what I mean? Like, what they say, the hand that rocks the cradle controls the world, right? That's what they said about that movie. All right. So does the mom have the right? Can they just take the liberty of changing names to whatever they, doing whatever with their kids that they want to? Because where will it stop? That's my question. Where will it stop? If she has the power to just change his or her last name as she fits, because she gets into a serious relationship or she gets married, what's to stop her from making other decisions about that child's future that you may not agree with or that even society might not agree with? All right. Johnny West says, I'm not speaking legally. I'm talking ethically. Oh, man, you know how that go. Ethan Rudy says, it's still my child. It is. But what are you going to do? Tom says, look at old man YN. It was done with his son Future by taking Russell Wilson's last name, but he did not contest it. I didn't know that. I didn't know Sierra gave her kids Russell Wilson's last. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Okay. I guess Future was like, I got a bunch of other kids. You know what I mean? I lost one. What a bum. All right. So Ethan says, nah, if it's split custody, they can't do that shit. What if it's not? What if it's not split custody? What if it's a situation where she keeps moving, changing her number, like she's trying to duck you? Maybe she feels bitter about the way y'all broke up. Maybe she feels some kind of way about the whole situation. Maybe she just ratchet. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have a baby by a chick that's just ratchet. We don't always pick the right one. Shit. Let a lot of niggas tell it we hardly ever pick the right one. I mean, females feel the same way, a lot of them. So, But yeah, what if? What if? What if you are loosely involved in your child's life? Like you're not contested being in your child's life. You're not running from your child, but maybe like my situation. My situation is I live in one state and my child lives in another state. So I don't have eyes on my baby all the time. So things can be said and done when I'm not around that I have no idea about. Like getting your name changed. Now that didn't happen to me, but what if it did? I have to think about like, what would I do? You would have a big problem with me. You know what I mean? Because I'll kidnap my kid. I don't give a fuck. And I do mean kidnap. Like I'll go, oh yeah, we just gonna go to the store. Yeah, I ran up to NY and got my baby. I told her we was gonna go get a pair of sneakers. And we did. But we ain't coming back. Yeah, my baby felt some kind of way about it. You'll see your mom again. We'll FaceTime her from a burner phone. Don't fuck with me. All right. Let me see. Tom says, if the child is carrying the woman's last name, then it doesn't matter. But it might matter to you. You understand what I mean? It might matter for you because it's still identification problems. Okay, it's an identification issue. Like if you seen, maybe you have a copy of your baby's birth certificate with one name on it, and now you don't have a copy of that birth certificate because now it's changed, it's altered, it's been updated. So you might have fucked around and got your baby's name tattooed on you or something like that. Baby Johnson. Now the baby's last name is Evans. It sounds, trivial, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Because I'm thinking from the standpoint, and hear me out for a second. I'm thinking from the standpoint that if you allow one parent to have total autonomy over the direction and future of your child in one way, what's to stop them from doing some nasty, diabolical, illegal, and maybe super unethical shit? Like allowing that child to be sexually assaulted by a man that you're messing around with. Because you ain't want to believe that you were messing around with a man that would ever do anything like that to your child. So you just put that out of your mind. Because I know you didn't change your name, your child's last name to the last name of a man that will put his hands inappropriately on her or him. I know you wouldn't do that, right? And you'd be amazed at what people will do just to save face. Just to keep from admitting guilt and irresponsibility. I don't have to tell y'all. Y'all know. You seen it. You seen it. I seen it. We all seen it. Personal examples. Okay. Tom says, son, I could get married and have my own child, and that child would have my last name. And when they met each other as siblings and asking themselves the question, why the different last names? Yeah, that's an issue. That's an issue. And I've heard some women say that they gave all of their children, like you got 5 children, they all got your last name. I've heard all kinds of shit. Now he ain't married me. And I ain't gonna lie, man. Sometimes I start thinking about the state when a woman wants all of her children to have her last name. I be thinking like, she must be trying to get a check. It's a lot easier to get a welfare check or SSI check when all of the children have the same last name, which is yours. When you got to explain, oh, well, I'm not with that father or that one or that one. I had 2 by one, the other 3 by others. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, you have to start explaining some of the things that you've done and the ways that you move. Sometimes they don't sound attractive. So it might be better to just set things up, from the beginning so they don't look no kind of way. Yeah. Cuts down on the explanations. The red tape. The red tape. Let me see. Stacey White says, my cousin adopted his kids and had a kid with her also married her. Okay. Cece says, she did and Future didn't seem to be bothered. He wasn't in the child's life. And therein lies the deep issue right there. Tom says it. Son, as much right as men seem not to have, we have rights to our children too. Yes, we do. And I'm here to discuss that right now. Johnny West says there's a lot of kids out there with the last names that's not Stefan Diggs. I said heavy. Talk heavy. Bobby Heenan, the wrestling manager. Rest in peace, Bobby Heenan. I spent $32,000 after returning from Afghanistan for child custody. Never again. She was the Bronx DA. God damn. What? Damn, my brother, you definitely have a story to tell. The Bronx District Attorney? God bless you. Johnny West says, why do they call it kidnapping if it's an adult? Because they ain't want to change the last name. Yo, Johnny, I guess they figure if somebody can abduct you, then you know what I mean? It's like being a child because you feeling kind of helpless, because you were taken by force. Maybe gunpoint or something like that. Like, oh, all right, I'll go. No hole in the head. Don't mess up the jacket. Don't put a hollow point in the Pele. Don't put a hollow point in the Pele. All right. Johnny West says, okay, wait. Tom says, don't call it birth certificates. Don't all birth certificates supposed to have the father's day? Father's name on it. And this is why the Maury Povich show used to be the hottest show on TV. Who's your daddy? Well, no. Yeah. Not all birth certificates had the father's name on it. Plenty don't. Because people have different motivations, man. Like, let's say, speaking of Maury Povich, you trying to blame the baby on one man, knowing that it's the other man's. Whose name you gonna put on there? You might have put a father's last name on there, but you might not have put the father's last name on there. And this is coming from a man who had his name on a birth certificate of a child who wasn't there. I've been through this shit. But she didn't change. I was just trying to get my name off the birth certificate. She could change the boy's name to whatever she wanted to. I named the boy. So I knew the baby wasn't mine, but I still named him anyway. You never know, just in case. Allah works in mysterious ways. You know what I mean? It could have been wrong. Who knows? I never thought I was wrong, but who knows? It was a dope name anyway. It was real dope. If I had a son, a biological son, I would have named him what I named him. But anyway, so it is a lot of red tape. And she did duck me for years about changing that birth certificate. She didn't want it to change. But that's because she was running around telling her family that I was the child's father. After the DNA test proved that I wasn't and everything, she was still, shit is wild out here. So shit is wild. Stacy says, yes, it is a control issue. Men also have control issues. No, they don't. Stop lying. And we don't make me have to delete your comments. Ain't no controlling men out here. Not near one. You take that grimy Midwest talk of yours and you go back to Lake Michigan with that. Matter of fact, go to Lake Huron with that. Go to Lake Huron. Go to Lake Huron with that. All right. Bobby Heenan says, don't waste your time with that woman and kids. Go start another family and move on. Those children will hate you regardless of what you do as a good father. I can't rock with that. I ain't never had no kids that hate me. Maybe I'm still young enough. Stacy White says, I'm always going to be Miss White. What kind of attitude is that? All right. Senses FN. Your bald head is so bright, it makes me feel pleased. Hit the like button, y'all. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752, a.k.a. Omar with the rrr. Feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feel like real men and women should as well. And we are talking about giving your stepdad's last name with the shiny bald head. All right. Bobby says, we could talk about how she filed child support in the Bronx, Newburgh, New York, Maryland, and Durham, North Carolina, to tie me up in multiple jurisdictions. Not knowing what she was doing is fraud. How did she not know that? She's a DA. She knew what she was doing was fraud. She was hoping you didn't know that what she was doing was fraud. Tom says, but we have to be honest. There are a lot of Cardi B out there, and she could be paying Offset with the law that they have in Atlanta. When you have to be divorced in order to have a child. He also says, how can you hate something you don't know? Plus, if they hate you, that means that the mother must have been talking very bad about you as a father. Shit, I know some kids who the mom might have talked bad about the father too. The kids ain't going for that shit. That's still my dad. That's my dad. Don't say nothing bad about my dad. No, my dad loved me. My dad is coming to get me. No, my dad. Toxic moms hate when your kids talk about their dad. You be treating them like they ain't never mad at the dad. He ain't come around, but she be feeling like, yo, he's a fucking clown. And she ain't got no problem saying that he's a fucking clown. Now, ain't that make you frown? Yeah, I know it did to me. And I say, he who fronts on this shit with me like a flea. And you just biting off motherfucking sucking blood. And that shit was running down like a flood. And I say the blood of the sick, that shit is coming down on me. Yo, you take another lick. This is a bad situation. You and your baby mom facing off hating. And I'm waiting for a better thing, a better day, a better house, a better ring. And it's like static cling. Can't get off in this wrinkle. And I'm going to sprinkle a little salt up on that snow and melt it down. And you're going to get it right. For real, yo. All right, man. Listen. So, as you can clearly see, there are layers to this whole thing. This is not an easy situation. This is hard. From my point of view, this is a tough situation. Because you're talking about minors. Like, you wouldn't try this shit with a teenager. Teenager ain't going for that shit. You ain't changing my last name. You crazy? You know what I mean? I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to go back to school next semester. I'm talking about my last name Robinson now. How? How many last name Robinson? Here I am in 11th grade. I'm a junior high school. Talking about my last name Robinson. But I'm on the run? What I do? Put acid on my fingertips so I can't, you know what I mean? I can't get can't get printed right? What are we talking about? What am I talking about? And yes, I do know somebody that tried to burn they fingertips so they couldn't get printed correctly and they would have that, yeah. Oh my God. See, when we start talking about the law, man, we talking about so many possibilities about the way it could go. And that's the thing that concerns a lot of people. You're talking about the possibilities, mostly in the negative of the way that things can play out. Now, nobody I know really wants to be mad at their baby mom. Most people don't want to be mad at their baby dads either. But, you know, shit happens between a man and a woman sometimes when we start talking about parenting or co-parenting, and it can delve deeper into the personal feelings that they have towards each other. And it can make people bring out the worst in themselves. And it's sad to see it. It's even worse to hear it. No, or is it? What is it? Worse hearing it or worse seeing it? Because we normally hear it when we are getting it third person. We see it when it's first person. Like, yo, I seen that shit. That shit was ratchet. That shit was ratchet. But, you know, this is a real situation. That's why I wanted to talk about it, because anybody can find themselves in a situation like this. Especially when you meet a new love and the love is getting deeper and deeper and you really feel like y'all have a future together and you trying to work that future out. And people leave children out of so many situations that they should absolutely be involved in. Children should never be left out of the equation of where their life's direction is headed. They should never be left out of those situations or those equations. But it happens. It absolutely happens. And that's something we gotta deal with. Hold the fuck up. I swear, boy. Even being co-parenting ain't easy. Parenting ain't easy. Trying to be responsible at times when you might really be angry, that's not easy. And a lot of parents find themselves in that situation where they're trying to be responsible and mature, and they're challenged with being mad as hell at the other parent. And so sometimes things get done. Sometimes things get done in anger. Sometimes things get done in shit I'm talking about. Sometimes things get done with parents that. Okay, cool. All right. See, I'm parenting right now. Shit like this, not checking in when asked, you know, to check in, and it's things like that when kids aren't bred or conditioned to do certain things. Like check in, let me know where you are, you know, how long you gonna be, or that you're safe or some shit like that. Things that could involve just a simple phone call. And the absence of that kind of training can separate you from your child, and you don't even know that you separated. You thinking everything is okay because they don't check in with you, on a regular basis. So all the 1,000 times before, everything was all right, and you assume that it's still all right, but you don't have that check-in system going on. So when something isn't right, you find out about it when it's too late or at the wrong time. And these are the things that can separate you from your child without you even being aware of it. So you can be emotionally separated from them and physically separated. And you may have thought you were only physically separated. Okay. Bobby says, I was in Afghanistan throughout, 06 and 07, 11 and 12. Okay. Enough time for her to manipulate an 8 and 5-year-old at that time. Yo, man, I really feel for you. I do. That's sheesh. Time says Carrie. Man. Stacey White telling me something. This is an uncomfortable topic. Why? Ain't uncomfortable. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe it is uncomfortable. But it gotta be uncomfortable because niggas be fronting. Niggas be fronting on niggas. We gotta tell them also stop fronting and shit. These ass baby moms, deadbeat ass dads and shit. We gotta get together for real. But yeah. So like, as y'all can see, we have a new phone number. We're gonna rock with this new number, and this is gonna be it. We're not changing the number no more. If you want to call into the show, the number to call is area code 215-518-6149. That's the number to call. I said 215-518-6149. Yes, y'all. I said 215-518-6149. Yeah, get on the line. I said 215-518-6149. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 215-518-6149, baby. Call 215-518-6149. And you can spit them lyrics. We're talking about lyrics relating to the topic. You can get on the line and you can speak your piece. No censorship on this show. Now, the other number still works. The 267-874-1949. But we getting rid of that. This will be the last month for that. I'm not going to keep paying for that service. And it's straight trash. That shit's cheeks. It's cheeks, man. So we're going to rock out with the 215-518-6149. I did get that number specifically for this show. So y'all can rock with that. Y'all can rock with that. You wanna rock with you all night. All right. So that's the new number, 215-518-6149. Make sure y'all lock that in, commit it to memory. If y'all had the old number in y'all contacts, know that the new number has to be updated. It has to be updated, baby. It got to be updated, baby. We gonna rock this at the drop of a dime, baby. Yeah. Let's talk about the view of the stepdad for a minute. Now, I'm thinking about what the motivation of a father would be, a man. If he knows he wants to marry a woman, as a man, would I immediately want to take on the responsibility of adopting her kids and giving them my last name? Would I want to do that immediately? And if I did want to do that immediately, what would be the motivation behind that? Why would I want to run into a situation like that instead of walking into it? Could it be that I'm so far deep in love that I'm sure that I'm going to be with this woman for the rest of my life? Or am I trying to make sure that I get everybody into my life so nobody can go? And I have to put it that way because you never know what the controlling, possessive, and negative motivations of somebody might be. You just never know. But you will fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find. You gonna fuck around and find out. Fuck around, fuck F-O-F. Fuck around and I said fuck around and find out. Fuck around, F-A-F-O, F-A-F. You're gonna fuck F around and find out. F-A-F-O, F-A-F-O. Yeah, you know. Hey, yo, you got found out today. You was exposed in every way. Yo, ain't nobody trying to hear nothing you got to say. You got played and you try to play some others and yo, it ain't going over with the sisters and brothers and others are going to try to tell you that you're wrong, but you ain't trying to listen. You don't like that song and all along you smelling like a thong of somebody who ain't washed. Yo, shit won't get squashed. The beef is still cooking. Yo, you at the central book and you're about to get booked. Yo, it's not a good look. All right. All right. Do me a favor, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. If you don't want to subscribe to the channel, you on the fence about whether you want to be a part of this beautiful movement. I understand. But please just hit the like button because that ain't going to help nothing. That ain't going to hurt nothing. It ain't going to hurt nothing. Please hit the like button. Ain't going to hurt nothing. Please hit the like button. Ain't going to hurt nothing. Please hit the like button. Ain't going to hurt nothing. Hit the like button. Ain't going to hurt nothing. Hit the like button. Funky beat, funky beat, funky. All right, cool. We good? Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. All right, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm good on the device as I am on the monitors. Yeah, man. I really would like to know what the motivation of a man would be to want to marry a woman, maybe even relatively quick. And this is what I'm about to say now is not a diss. There is a certain amount of facts in it. There, you know, all my Muslim brothers and my Muslimas, you know, sometimes y'all get married a little too fast because, you know, in the traditional Islamic sense, you're not allowed to date. And because you're not allowed to date, you got to get married in order to do things like have sex or go out on dates. It becomes challenging for American Muslims, American-born Muslims. It becomes challenging for them because that's not the way we do things in American culture. Now, you can dispute what American culture means all you want. I think we're pretty straight on that. But if you can't date somebody, then you have to marry somebody, which might be your motivation for trying to get everybody on the same page. And I've seen this play out a number of times. So, on the bright side, these weren't legal marriages. And I don't mean that they were illegal marriages, but they were spiritual marriages. You're married by faith. You're married by God. Marriage by God versus state board marriage. Well, with the marriage by God, you could fuck around and be married 4 times in a 2-year span. I've damn near seen that done. It's crazy work. Crazy work. Because soon as y'all can prove that y'all not a good fit for each other, and there's a good chance that will happen because you didn't get a chance to really date them. You didn't get a chance to court them. You didn't get a chance to know the deeper, realer parts of them the way you may have been able to learn about other people that you dated. Excuse me. So it could be a tough road for you. A hard road for yourself is not all that bad as long as you don't invite the kids into that space with you. But you can't tell your parents nothing. They're going to move the way they move, right? And they're going to feel proud about it. Meanwhile, you left there holding the bag. Left there holding the bag of their ill-fated decisions. Cheryl Halsey, what's good? How you feeling, ma? Good to see you. Matter of fact. That can't be good. When the iPhone ring or... Oh, no, that ain't that bad. That wasn't even now. Okay. Cool. But yeah, what could be the motivation of a man that does this? He just want to take on a new wife and he wants to immediately adopt children. What's his motivation? I can barely put my head in that space on some real shit. That's a toughie for me. But, and I don't want to sound like I'm trying to diss, but some men are just willing to take on any situation that's presented to them. Like everything is just an open challenge and they just have to step up to it. Any situation is an open challenge and they feel like they have to step up to it. What are we doing? Watagwan. Yeah. Yeah, well, even it's not like the child can't be in a good space unless the parents get married. There have been plenty of children of single moms that have been raised pretty effectively. It's not the ideal situation. And it's probably not the situation that we have ever chosen for ourselves, but shit happens. And when the baby's in the belly, it got to come out. It has to come out. And somebody has to take care of it. Stacey White said, Christians are not allowed to date. My question is, how would you know if that's your husband? Christians not allowed to date. I know pastors that date. I thought all pastors were supposed to be married. I know pastors that date. What are we doing? They dating and they laying hands. Literally milking the congregation. Literally. Cece says, I've never heard that Christians can't date. I'm in confusion. Shit. Christians can date. I mean, they literally got a website called Christian Mingle. They literally have a website called Christian Mingle. Make sure I don't have a profile on there. Christian Mingle. A friend of mine got kicked off of Christian Mingle because the username was come and get Psalms. You know, come and get PSALM. Okay. Come and get Psalms. I got that off the internet. I thought that was a dope ass meme. I got kicked off of Christian Mingle because of my username was come and get Psalms. I mean, shoot, Christians date. They be dating the hell out of each other. Dating. Shoot. All those single parents that are Christians, they dating, they doing something. They doing something. They are definitely having sex or having babies out of wedlock. They are definitely dating something. All of these women out here are not marries. That is not, their babies are not immaculate conceptions. Sure, Halsey says, yes, they do date. Be dating like a mother. Date like a mother. Hey, I ain't mad at it at all. I'm not mad at it at all. That shit crazy. That shit cray. That shit cray. I don't know what's up with that, Stacy. Who told you that Christians can't date? Muslims can't date. I think everybody else can date, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. See how we doing on the poll. Should a mom be able to change the child's last name if she gets married and the biological dad isn't around? 29% says it's the mom's decision, period. Wow. 24% says only if he or she had mom's last name. Okay. 18% said not without the child's consent. And 29% says not when the biological dad, not unless the biological dad agrees to it. I think I like that answer. I like the last name. The last answer. If the biological dad agrees to it, then there shouldn't be a problem. No, you're calling the wrong number. Call the number that I just pinned. No. Call the other number. My goodness. Call the other number, please. Please. 215-518-6149. That's the number to call. That's the number. I sat up here and did that whole spiel. And it ain't mean nothing. I know you didn't leave no message. It's wilding. Wilding. And that's all right. My ringer always off. Dial the right number. Let me put it here. This is the new number. This is the number that you need to call. 215-518-6149. That's the number. That's the number to call. Gabish? 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 Hold on. Hold on. So it's taking you too long. I have to take matters into my own hand. What number did you call from? Let's try this. Okay.
Hello?
See how easy this is? You see? Piece of cake.
No, what I was saying is my experience over 35 years of being a Christian, a born again Christian. The reason why they are dating is because they dating because the reason why let's talk about the reason why they get married. That's the reason why they date to get married, but they do it so fast and they don't know each other.
Okay.
That's what I want to say, and I can't say that in the comment.
Why not?
Because that doggone speakerphone will get it wrong, and I don't want my stuff looking stupid. Like you said, it looks stupid.
You ever try writing it?
Whatever. I know I have experienced it, and that's why people, when they're young, they hurry up and rush people.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Sheesh. Hold on a second. I got you. Oh, shoot. All right. Hold on a second. Okay. So I see I got to do this in a certain kind of way. Sorry, I hung up on you. Hold on a second, okay?
Okay, that's okay.
All right. Okay. Okay. Y'all there?
Okay.
All right.
Hello?
Okay. Good afternoon. How y'all doing?
Okay, this is Cheryl.
I know. I'm glad
Okay.
I'm glad to hear you call in. All right, so this is the new number, y'all. So this is how we gonna be doing it. It's a little tricky, but I'm figuring it out. In the long run, it'll it'll work.
Okay, it will. I'm not gonna be long. I was listening to the fact that, as a matter of fact, I'm going through something like that with one of my little nephews. He's having a problem, well, he and his wife was getting a divorce, they're youngsters, but at the same time, what do you do? Okay, like his mother called and she was asking me, well, Cheryl, do you think that, don't you think, because she told him that the children are not his two boys. Now they've been together for about 5 years, but now she wants to say that the kids are not his. And so I'm saying, well, you know what to do? Just do a DNA test. And she said down there in, they down there in LA. Well, they went to court anyway. She said the judge won't order a paternity test. I said, I've never heard of that. You know, I said somebody's playing somebody. But getting to the father, I think the father, you know, when women have children, you know, and especially when the father's there to sign the birth certificate, I think the father should be involved when you're trying to do a name change. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because in the long run, you have to look at it as those children get older. Say you do get with someone else, but a lot of the people that I know, they, you know, want their last name. You know, it's females and male, you know. And so I just think that it is a hard conversation to have unless a man is literally trying to really harm you and your children. You know, I still think that, you know, your child should have their last name. And if they want to change it later on down the line, that's them. But, you know, I just feel that, say for instance, like when some mothers give the child their maiden name. You know what I mean? And to me,
a lot of times.
I've never been able to deal with that. You know, I'm just saying, you know, why don't they just give the child last name? You know, I have another friend. She has 5 children by one man, but she gave every last one of them their rightful last name. Then she had another boyfriend, had 2 kids by him, so that's a total of 7 kids. But she gave them their last name. You know. So
wait. She gave them. Wait. She gave them which last name? Hers?
She gave it. No.
The man's last name?
The father's last name. Yeah, she gave us. Each child. Okay, she had 5 by one man.
Okay.
And their last name is the father's name.
Right. Okay.
She had 2 more by another boyfriend.
Okay.
And things didn't work out with them. But she gave them their rightful last name.
But
you understand what I'm saying?
She gave them the man's last name, the father's last name.
Right. She
okay.
Gave them her maiden name. Yeah. But
okay.
she did give the children their rightful last name.
Okay.
You know, because a lot of women do. They'll give the child their name.
Yeah.
Say, for instance, like me. Okay, if I was to have had children and things didn't work out with me and my husband, and I gave them my maiden name. You know, that's just dumb, you know. Because I had 3 by the time I was 21, and then about 8, 9 years later, I had 3 more. Now, just imagine if things didn't work out with me and him, and I did get with somebody else, and I gave them that man's last name. My last name, you know.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. I just think that they need their own identity. And I mean, that's my opinion. Everybody doesn't have to agree with that, you know. But that's my opinion on it.
No, I've always felt like the child should carry the father's last name, whether they married the mom or not. You know, but I've known a lot of women who didn't see it that way. You know, they
it's true.
Yeah.
And then what they do, they take out what the father has done. They take it out on the child.
Yeah.
Giving their name, you know. And then that's one thing I'm against is parents talking against either parent. I'll give you a quick example. Now I'm gonna go. But she was my cousin. God rest her soul. She passed last year of cancer.
I'm sorry to hear that.
She had 2 children by her last boyfriend. Okay. They had his last name, or what have you. He was very honored, even though she gave him his name. And those children, one of the children burnt up in a fire in the house. And
Wow.
anytime a man can tell, well, I don't call you a man, you could do something like calling her bees and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they get in an argument, I'll tell that D such and such and such and such. And I was standing there to see that, and I'm like, girl, what is going on with that?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he lost, like I say, God works in mysterious ways. He took one of the children in that fire, and then the other child ended up taking her with him. After he got older, he took his mother with him, even though his father was still living. Yeah, and still, like I said, parents should not involve children in grown-up things. It's bad. I told you I dealt with that. We both did. We listened to our parents fuss and fight and all that.
Yeah.
That's so ugly. Yeah.
Yeah, they shouldn't
Okay,
do, but it happens so often.
That a little bit because I can relate to it because I know people that are in that, have been in that situation. And then my advice was ask about it, so I gave my advice. So, yeah, but anyway, it is what it is. Hello, everybody in the chat. Everybody have a blessed day. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for calling in. I appreciate you. All right.
All right. Love you.
All
bye bye, everybody. Okay.
All right. Take care.
Bye bye.
Love you too. Bye. You still there, Stacey?
Yes, I am.
I can tell with all that noise in the background. That's how I know you there.
It's so quiet. Well,
So, can you finish explaining this this dating thing?
Well, the dating thing for me, well, this is my opinion. This is what my salvation experience with me over 35 years ago. Okay. I was told we wasn't supposed to date. And I asked the question, well, how was you supposed to know who your husband was? Because I'm not going to sit there and marry any man that I don't know. And at the time, I was young enough to bear kids. Young enough to bear kids. So I was told, like I said, by the church that we weren't supposed to date, but people was I've seen people getting married real quick and having kids. So evidently they had to date and hurry up and get married. But I didn't listen to what they said. I dated. I did date. That's all I was saying. That's all I was saying. As far as my father is concerned, my mother told me I would find out about him. She never talked about my father or anything. He went and signed the birth certificate. He went for child support, all that. And told me my life is still guarded by I still go by what my parents taught me.
Okay.
And I'm good that then I think I'm successful by it too. I just think I'm successful. That's my word of success, I still got a roof over my head, I still know what to do.
That's success?
I know, right? Yeah, I make mistakes. I know how to repent and ask God to help me come from the mistakes, but He had to deliver me from some things. That's what I'm saying. And then we could all be, everybody, you said Christians, they that don't mean sometimes, that don't mean it's right inside of God if He didn't tell you to do that. Christians do a lot of things, like, show their wife off and dresses that they ain't supposed to be in if they supposed to be a pastor's wife. I do not want, I don't want to be in no pulpit. I just want to be saved. I don't want to be lost. My word, I believe God's word. I believe what He say do. I don't follow people. I follow who He put in front of me. That's the leader. If I agree with that. Sometimes I agree and sometimes I don't agree. I'm just saying what I experienced. That's all.
Okay. But I mean, when you make a blanket,
I'm really having a hard time dealing with marriage anyway. That's the only thing in the Bible I don't know if I believe in it.
why would you not believe in marriage?
I just don't. I don't know. I just don't. I believe in God, but I have questions about marriage.
Okay. I mean,
That's
I
it.
don't think there's any reason. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with questioning it. But when you say you
That's the
don't,
only thing. And everything else is cool, but when it comes to marriage, for me, I just, I have problems with it.
okay.
That's all.
And what's the problem with it again?
I have problems with it because some men are. I said this more. I said earlier. I said men are controlling. Real men are controlling,
Oh,
and some women are controlling too, and that's the get back. Some women are controlling too.
um,
I said I didn't say all, and I'm not bitter at men. No, I'm not bitter at men. I'm not bashing men. I just know what I experienced.
okay. So what is controlling for you? What does that mean to you?
I can't. I got it in my it's in me, but it's hard for me to bring it out.
All right, let me give you a hint. Do you mean that they always try to tell you what to do?
Sometimes that's part of it.
Do you mean
Or
that
if they don't, if it's just it's they way or it ain't no way. They want you to submit, and they not submitting. If they're not forgiving, if they keeping records all the time of what you done did wrong to them.
a person is controlling because they remember what you did wrong to them?
Yeah, you supposed to forgive, not keep going back. Let God handle that woman. And he will, if she's in the wrong, he will.
So what
And
if
I have trouble with marriage, and everybody in my family is married, I ain't saying everybody in my family was successful about marriage, but everybody in my family had, partners.
everybody got married?
Everybody got married except for the younger generation, my generation, and younger than me, the next generation. But they all doing successfully, and I don't know, maybe that's God doing it. I told you my cousin, he got married, he adopted all his children. She had kids already. I think it's 4. It was 4, and that's the one that deleted himself. So yeah.
So let me make sure I understand this. So all right, but before I don't want to get hung up on anything. So is a man controlling because he tried to tell you how to think?
Not to me. Not to me. What's controlling is I don't know. Like, take for instance, my waist size. A man don't want a fat woman. Okay, you lose the weight, and then it's another version of somebody coming against competing against you, and you done lost the weight because it's like I'm dealing with men. Period. My weight, the way I think, me losing the weight wasn't because of a man. That wasn't the motivation. That wasn't the way why God took the weight off. But I know a lot of men don't like fat women, at least out in the open. And so then now full figure women, let's call it that. It's out. Now that you done lost your weight. Well, the woman that you have a man and you ain't got no man. That's control. Don't judge me. I'm just telling the truth.
Don't judge you, huh? All right. Now, is it wrong for a man or a woman to try to steer you on the right path if the direction that you're going in is the wrong direction, or if the way that you're thinking is not the right way?
How does that person know if that's that's the wrong way?
Maybe the way that you do things keeps getting you into trouble, or keeps taking money away from you, or is splitting your energies in a negative way.
I ain't been spending money anymore. You get that thing up before. I've been getting blessed. I can sleep at night. I can tell when I'm going the wrong way. I can't sleep. I got a conscience.
You do?
Yes, I got a conscience. It is very pure, and I can tell when like yesterday, I was saying something down there, and I mean to say I was talking about myself, but I think God was showing me by the girl being real big. I think she got offended. Don't keep know that thing.
Interesting.
So I could tell when I'm doing something wrong. So
All right. Are you controlling yourself?
I wouldn't think so. If you know what I mean, no, I don't think I'm controlling.
Because you said that men want you to be submissive, but they don't want to submit. What do they need to submit to?
Well, treat me the way I treat you. Respect me the way I respect you.
Is that a submission?
That's a submission, because you know what, if you being around, if you that person's friend or that person's family, you know what that person like and what that person don't like.
Okay.
You already know.
Yeah, but if we're talking about controlling, aren't we talking about? We're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think I'm controlling.
Maybe we need some other opinions.
You just probably just, like I said, maybe our spirits don't twine or don't understand each other, maybe because it's teachings or whatnot. But I know that I'm not controlling, so. And I'm too old. I'm 35. I'm 55 years old almost, and I don't think I'm gonna change.
You're not gonna change? You're not gonna change just because you're 55 years old? I
don't think I'm.
The court says that you can change at any age, because if you can learn at any age, that means that you can adjust at any age, which means that you can change on any age.
Too much. I done did too much, you know. So
you done too much? Hold on. You done too much? The court says maybe you haven't done enough.
I did too much.
The verdict says that perhaps you have more to do.
Yeah, but this is still an uncomfortable topic.
I may have to set a date for sentencing. You may have to file an appeal. I'm not really sure if I'm feeling this. I'm not sure.
You ain't gonna do this topic again, is you?
Only if I don't finish it today.
Y'all beat on that on table.
This is necessary. It's my gavel.
It's that bad. Y'all know y'all wrong. Y'all men know y'all wrong. Y'all men know y'all wrong. Y'all be playing mind games. And I'm talking about the straight men. I ain't talking about no bad men or no gang. I'm talking about straight men, period. Be playing mind games with strong ass women that can call it out. And it ain't right.
Can you hold on for just a second? Can you hold on for just a second?
Hello.
Yes. Hold on a second. Hold on.
All right.
Okay. Welcome to the welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Good afternoon. What's on your mind this afternoon? Well,
You're confused. You don't even know what show you're doing today, do you, sir?
wait a minute. I'm fully aware of where I am and what I'm doing. Thank you. How can I help you, ma'am?
This thing about this controlling thing, my opinion, and it's only my opinion, you can only be controlled if you're not a self-assertive person and someone who knows yourself. I mean, you can't control a person who doesn't want to be controlled. Does that make any sense to you?
It does. I've never been controlled a day in my life.
Well, I have. My dad controlled me when I was a kid. Yeah.
That's different. That's different. That's different. That's different.
Yeah, I mean, well, you said never. Okay, but anyhow.
Parents' job is to control and manipulate. You can't be a parent without doing that.
Well, I don't think so much as manipulating. I think a parent's job is
I say manipulate because manipulation is when they put you in a position where you can only do what they want you to do. And parents do that all the time. You know, sometimes the manipulation goes this way. You gonna do this shit or you gonna get your ass whooped. That sounds pretty manipulative to me.
Yeah, well, it sounds threatening to me. But, you know, tomato, what do I know?
We just want to make sure we use the proper terminology, man. That's it.
And the other thing, dating as a Christian, I don't know if that's limited to certain denominations or what, because my Christian upbringing, all of my family dated, they married the ones that wanted to marry. Mm-hmm. And it was never, you know, they were never shunned for not dating and marrying. I don't remember my little 5-foot grandma telling anybody, you can't date this person unless she saw something in that person that she felt wasn't right for her child. You know, but it wasn't because they were Christians and they weren't allowed to date, because I had a grandpa. They got married. Mm. We were Baptists. So that's where I'm asking. And I'm not being facetious. I'm just asking, is it with certain denominations? You know.
Maybe Lutheran.
Okay. No, I came from Church of God in Christ, and that's where I learned that.
Oh, Holiness Pentecostal. You one of those evangelists. Okay. You're evangelist. Well, we ask a lot of questions too. Well, we know the evangelists date. I don't care what they say.
Yeah.
But we know that. We know that.
Come on with the gavel, please.
I'm gonna tell it. It's gonna be missing. You ain't gonna be able to find it.
Listen, don't please. I realize what date it is, but please do not blizzard me with all this Aquarian energy. You know, I mean, like
Oh, you gonna get it for the next 10 days, my brother. The next 10 days, you gonna get it.
Like this is controlling. This is controlling. You can't bang your gavel, and it's your gavel.
It's annoying. It's annoying. Okay? You sitting here with your legs crossed and you're chilling and you're banging on the daggone gavel. Come on now. But again, it's Aquarius season. It's my season. I rise. I'll let you have yours.
Thanks. I appreciate it. It was good while supplies lasted.
Right. So let me have my time.
All right. So why I have you on the line, let me ask you this in terms of the topic. Do you feel like women have, mothers in particular, do you think that mothers have a little bit too much too much leeway, too much freedom in determining the last names of things like the last names of a child, what direction that they may be going into without the input of fathers.
There's a lot of baggage there, for lack of a better word, because sometimes it's advantageous that the child carry the father's last name.
Right.
Okay? And other times, some women are bitter and they will not allow the child to carry the last name because of their issues with the father. Personally, I feel that's ridiculous.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, if he's a man and he's stepping up and he's being the father that he's supposed to be, and he's engaging with that child, he's teaching that child, he's loving on that child. What difference does the last name make? That the child carries the father's last name.
Well, see, the thing is, the birth name is normally but the birth name is given at birth, so the child doesn't leave the hospital without a last name. But we're talking about. Oh, that's not true?
No, it's not true.
Oh, I didn't know that. So a child can leave the hospital without.
When the child is born.
Uh-huh.
When the child is born, unless you are a married woman, okay, whatever the mother's name is, if you go and look in the nursery, you will see baby girl Jones, baby girl Brown, baby boy Jones, baby boy. So if she's a single parent at the time of birth, the child naturally takes the mother's last name. Now, when the birth certificate is going to be made, and it's going to be recorded, I should say, by the hospital, they have to have a mother's name and a father's name. And then the decision is made which name the child would carry. If the father is present and she says no, he can protest.
So a father can demand that the child have his last name?
He can't demand per se, but he can request that I want my child to carry my last name. That's when social work gets involved and all that kind of stuff. Okay?
So if the
child is born,
if
you're single,
right,
to the hospital and you give birth,
right.
If the father, he could be standing in the delivery room with you, but that baby is going to be, because you were admitted to the hospital under your name, that baby is going to be baby boy, girl, Smith, Jones, Brown, Carter, whatever. The decision is made at the time that the birth certificate is filled out.
All right, but what I'm talking about is when the mom decides to change the last name of the child. I was asking about, does she have too much freedom to do that?
Well, I think that she does have too much freedom in that aspect, only because, and this is personal for me, excuse me, it's personal for me because I have a son, okay? His father was an only child. My first husband was an only child.
Okay.
In my family, they believe that any children, especially a boy child that is born, should carry on the family name. So it's kind of personal to me.
Whose family? Whose family name should the child carry?
Okay. When I had my children, I was married.
Okay.
Okay. But on my side of the family, because I had a boy, they wanted him to be able to carry that last name, my maiden name.
Oh.
You understand? Because it's a heritage thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But by the same token, he had a father. I had a husband.
Yeah. How you want to do that?
So I can't do that.
Right.
I mean, I could have been arrogant and nasty and said, well, he's going to carry my maiden name, but that didn't, that's just not how it goes.
Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted that smoke.
Yeah, I mean, just think about it.
Yeah, that's something to say. This.
Think about the fact that you have a son.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're not married to the son's mother.
Mm-hmm.
As a man, don't you want that son to carry on your legacy?
I ain't taking care of no child that ain't got my last name. You want the money? It's getting my last name. I'm just saying. So the answer is yes, and I'm going to say especially me.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way we've been, I don't want to say indoctrinated, but we've been taught this forever, for generations and generations and generations.
Okay.
It's always been the male. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with that.
No, I just look at this situation as being a special case because we're talking about.
Well, this situation could be a very special case.
It is because we're talking about adoption. We're talking about changing of birth certificates. We're talking about a lot of red tape. This is not just, all right, this is not giving somebody a new nickname. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole process involved in this. In this. So, there's certain things that have to be taken into consideration when we're dealing with this.
The thing about that is,
the thing about what?
The thing about that is when you're married, there should be nothing about the last name. But, modern women today, they just want to be whatever. I don't even have a word for it. I don't know if it's just arrogance or just being, controlling.
Excuse me, some of them don't even drop, and they have a hyphen in their name.
Well, my last name is hyphenated now. My last name now is hyphenated. I carry my maiden name and my married name.
Are you doing that?
And it wasn't by choice.
It wasn't by choice?
No.
Well,
Crazy story, but I'll make it short.
Okay.
Second marriage. I go to get my driver's license in my married. Okay. And the DMV in Pennsylvania, which can be a pain in the what.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I go up there and I give them my driver's license that's in my maiden name. And I didn't have my marriage license with me. But I had other ID with my married name on it, right? My social security card, that's not hyphenated. This idiot man refused to put my name as it was because he didn't see the marriage license. So I say to him, if I went to Social Security, I can't just change my name. They had to see it. You know what I'm saying? But, he was being arrogant. So I was like, so I just said, the hell with it. Just go ahead. Just do it. And then as the years passed, I just said, the hell with it. I still sign my name as my married name. I don't hyphenate my name. But on my driver's license, it did. Last summer.
I knew you was living a lie, but I just couldn't prove it.
You are such a pain in my butt.
I swear, things come out in the strangest ways.
But let me give you another example. I went to get the the new thing you're supposed to get for your the real ID, right? I said, well, okay, let me go get a real ID. So I take my marriage license, I take my driver's license, I take my birth certificate, my social security, all the ID I have. I get in there in the DMV and they tell me, oh, this is not your marriage license. I said, what do you mean? This is my marriage license. It's signed, whatever.
The pastor signed it and all this stuff. And it's been registered, okay? So now I got to go to Norristown because my license was obtained in Norristown, in Montgomery County. So I drive up there and I go in there. And the lady says to me, I bet you're here for a real ID. I said, yes, I am. I said, I went to the DMV to get one, and they're telling me that my marriage license isn't valid. So she looked at me, and I'm thinking 30 years, and it ain't married. It's not, what the hell? I've been living my whole life, So the lady says to me, she looks at it and she says, this is your marriage license. I said, yeah, I thought so, but they won't take it. She said, no problem. She said, they won't take it because my marriage license was a very short form, like a regular, like you look at a birth certificate about that size.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to have this long one with a gold seal on it and all this here. So the lady asked me, she said, how many copies do you want? I said, I want 2. She says, is anybody military? I said, my husband is ex-military. She said, oh, okay, you can get as many as you want. It don't cost you nothing. So she gives me another one because now the paper has changed. It's longer and it has a damn gold seal on it.
Oh, okay.
But because that woman in the DMV didn't recognize it, and I don't think she looked at it because it didn't say it was in Philadelphia County. It said Montgomery County. And maybe she didn't know Montgomery County was part of Pennsylvania. I'm not sure.
Ain't Norristown in Montgomery County?
Yes, Norristown is, but I went to Philadelphia to the DMV office.
She might not have known shit.
She might
not have known Philadelphia was a county. Like, what county we in? I don't know. All right. In the comments, there's an interesting comment by Tori 2200. She says, I think if you aren't married, the child should not have the father's last name. She also feels that when women get married, that they shouldn't change their last name to their husband's last name.
Well, that's a personal decision.
Well, I'm interested. I'm interested to see why that's the thought process. She said, I didn't hyphenate my name either. I changed mine, but researching the family tree is hard to track the woman's lineages. Interesting.
That is interesting, but again, I did not.
I believe
I could go back and do it now if I wanted to. I don't feel like the hassle.
I mean, it is a lot of paperwork. You know what I'm saying? But and now we got Homeland Security and all that. There's a lot that goes into it. A lot of these things have been put in place to, I believe, discourage you from trying to change anything. You know what I mean? Because there are identification issues that go along with this. And we're living in the age of identity theft and all of that. But for what we're talking about, like I couldn't imagine a woman wanting to marry me but telling me that she don't want to take my last name. I'm like, what you marrying me for then? Like,
yeah, pretty much. I mean, but
what do you like? What we doing? Well, this is a deeper friendship or some shit like that. Look. Hold on. We go get you want to go get a loan? Like, shit, you ain't got my last name. You think I'm gonna sign for you? Put my name on that shit.
Yeah, some women have put their name on there with their hyphen because they still want to be identified so people still know who they are, with their, maiden name.
Yeah, but traditionally you're giving away to your husband. I mean, if you don't like the way it sounds, don't get married. You know what I mean? But that's traditionally that's how it went. Now in the Latin community, South America and in Central America and in the Caribbean, a woman keeps her last name. And so she is always hyphenated. So she keeps her family's last name, and she takes on the last name of her husband. So it might be like her name might be like Maria Diaz Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And I believe that depending on the placement of each name, whatever name comes first is like the original her family's original name, and the name that comes last is like the married name.
Not at all.
But I mean, when it comes to a child, I feel very strongly about this, that they have a right to carry their father's last name. That's just my personal opinion.
I feel that way too.
I mean,
all I know, I think all children should have their father's last name. That's just the way.
Pretty much what I just set up.
No, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts when it comes to me. I understand and respect everybody else's situation, but that's just how I feel about it. You know what I mean? That's the.
I do ancestry. Okay, and I do my side of the family, my husband's side of the family, and my present husband's side of the family. Because pretty much, if you're a part of me, you're a part of all of that.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Amen to that.
That's just how, I mean, because they can look up.
We'll come in there and steal that Bible.
My, calm down.
But anywho, if the man has never been involved, if you're a woman, you go in the hospital, you have a baby, there is no father there, he doesn't show up, he wants no part of you, that tells me he wants no part of that baby, so you damn Skippy, my baby gonna carry my name.
Yeah, a lot of my friends had babies, and the father was not there, and they carrying their last name. And then I got some friends that's married, and they carry their father's last name. I got both sides. I got girls that had babies without fathers, and I got without husbands, and I got friends that had babies with husbands. So it is.
I mean, it teaches them. I mean, we could discuss this till the cows come home. Everybody's going to have a different opinion. Everybody's going to think a different way about it. Yeah. Personally.
But only one person can be right, and that's me. So.
Well, we know that.
There's that.
You're just that type of person.
Because I got the answer right. Yeah, you know what I mean? Y'all, I don't know what y'all talking about.
My position, because the church is where I was learned that, and that's what I'm still seeking, because my church home, I think, was very strict. Was very strict, but I'm still seeking. Every day I'm still seeking and still learning, and that's why I called in to give an explanation to why I said what I said about dating. A lot of people, they hurry up and date because they don't want to have children out of wedlock. That was going on too.
Having children. Well, I mean, whether you're married or not, that's one thing.
I think people lose it because the blessing is in having a child.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're married, you have quote unquote a child out of wedlock. As long as that child is loved, it doesn't matter.
Yes, Ms. Carol, we know that, But we also know that the
Listen.
church building is different from what the book is. And you know how the church building will be really strict from the book.
Well, that's true. That's true. But that's because that's how man wants to, the man that stands in that pulpit, he wants to interpret what the book says to make it right for him to say to you. That's another part of controlling.
See?
You can't tell me that there's a pastor out here that does not control his congregation.
Right. That's true. And they should. I mean,
if I was near you, I would hit you in the head.
Look, they chose that pastor. They didn't they elect that pastor. They chose him in some kind of way. Ain't he the boss?
What?
Ain't the pastor the boss of the church?
Well, I guess you could call him a boss, but I mean, I don't know. Because, my Baptist church that I grew up in, and I think all of them have deacon boards and all that kind of stuff. So he's not really the boss if he's doing it the right way. That's just my interpretation. But, what do I know?
Yeah, I hear you.
Good Lord, this topic is hard.
Why is it so hard? I'm not understanding.
It's just hard and uncomfortable. I don't even know.
I know why.
Well, okay, maybe, Stacey, are you married?
No.
Okay, do you have children?
No.
Then this would be a kind of hard conversation, I think, for you.
No, wouldn't.
Those are things
because
you really cannot, per se, relate to. And I don't mean that to be disrespectful.
No, that's not necessarily true because her mom could have been seriously involved with a man and wanted to change her last name when she was younger. So that's
not what I said to her, son.
No, I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. But I'm saying I'm just presenting a way where it could relate to her in a way. You understand what I'm saying?
The only how I'm relating is through family and through friends and, trying to relate for myself. But you're right. I can't relate to none of this because I haven't been married and I haven't had no kids. So it's kind of like, it's very hard.
Okay, let me ask you this. When your mom was alive, did she date? Was she ever seriously involved with a man?
My mama never been with a man.
All right, so I'm saying, so was she seriously involved with any other men that you aware of?
Yeah, my stepfather, my stepdad.
All right, so
that was the longest relationship.
Wait a minute. How old were you when they were involved with each other?
I was 15.
All right, so let's say by chance when your mom and your stepfather got involved, did they get married or were they just seeing each other?
He was trying to marry her, but my mama didn't want to marry him.
Okay, so let me ask you this: suppose your mom did want to marry him, and they did get married, and he wanted to take you on. He wanted to give you his last name. He wanted to adopt you, even though you were 15 years old. How would you have felt?
It would have been fine with me because he was good.
So you see how it could relate to her, Carol? I mean, caller.
Everybody knows who's on the phone.
No, I don't even know who it is. I got that from her.
But anyway, I see what you're saying, and I understand it. Okay?
So yeah, I mean, because there's a conversation that needs to be
fine with it. She would have been fine with it. Her mother didn't want it.
Okay, but the thing is, she would have been fine with it, but she was old enough and experienced enough and knowledgeable enough to make that decision herself. So many times, this decision is made without the consent or input of the.
At 15, are you really? And again, no disrespect, but are you really?
I think so. Yeah, I know one thing. At 15, you can say whether you're going to let it happen or not. You don't have to submit to an adoption.
He was very much of a father figure for me, and in my eyes, he treated my mother very, very nice. And what he did for her, he did for me. Yes, I made a lot of right choices, at the age of 15, and I had a lot of. I wasn't, in my religion like I am now, but I know I had a lot of godly influences, and he the one led me to the Lord when he got saved. So, yeah, that would have been the husband that, I would have wanted her to marry. And I asked why. She was like, "You picked the worst one for me."
So all this time you've been acting like none of this applies to you when it directly applies to you. Flag on the play. Like, what are we doing? And it's after we've been on for 2 hours. All right. I want to thank both of y'all for calling in.
I gotta go because I gotta go cover up my car. The snow is going to come, and I'm not going to go out there and try to get all that snow off. So I'm going out here and cover up my car.
Yeah, cover your car.
I'm gonna watch the show again, and you better hope that Kristen don't take that gavel.
Yeah. You have a great day. On purpose.
Listen, have a good night.
You too. Thank you for calling in.
Stay warm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Beautiful call. All right, let's go to the poll question. Then we're going to do these birthday shout outs and get on up out of here. We have some wait. Let me do it. Should a mom be able to change a child's last name if she gets married and the biological dad isn't around? 35% said it's the mom's decision, period. 35%, huh? And 15% said only if she or he had the mom's last name. Okay, and 12% said not without the child's consent. And 38% said not unless the biological dad agrees to it. That's right. Stand up, fathers. You know what I'm saying? I wish my baby mom would try to change my baby's last name to anybody's last name except for mine. We have so many problems. You would think we was in math class. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for participating in the poll. It was only 26 votes, but it's all good. Love is love. What up, Marvina? What's up, my brother Ansel Jones, all up in the house. Good looking out. Appreciate y'all. Tori 2200. All right, let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious January 24th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Katrina LeBlanc. And also Timothy Lipscomb and La Boca Chula Estrella, Isha Yuvan, Thomas, Christina Thomas, and last but not least, my man Dan Reagan. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all, and I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious January 24th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, this is a sensitive topic. It is. There's a lot that goes into it because a name is not just a name. A name is not just a name. Your name is your identification. It's your identity. It's who people call you by. That's how they command. You know what I mean? That's how you issue commands. You do this for me. I am me. She is her. He is he. We are us. Us is we. Yeah, but anyway, unlimited power in the hands of an irresponsible person is never going to turn out right. And that's not to say that most women are not irresponsible, because I believe that most mothers are extremely irresponsible, but sometimes the human factor kicks in and feelings take over and replace responsibility. So we always have to make sure that we keep our eyes peeled, keep our ears open, and keep our minds open as well, to make sure that we can spot things that need to be addressed in real time. Because at the end of the day, this should all be about the kids. It should be these babies matter. They do. And what you name your child matters. That's why some people name their children after their ancestors, or they go inside a baby book and they find names that have certain meanings, whether those names come from the Far East or, the Western Hemisphere or wherever you get them. Your name is your tagline. That's how people will find you. And in court, it really matters. If your name is misspelled on a document, then guess what? That court proceeding cannot go through, because that's not you. They will throw it out, or they will continue the case and have to bring it back and start all over. That lets you know how important your name is. And that's whether you are a child, or whether you are married, or whether you are single, or whatever. Your status matters, and your name is a big part of your status. I want to thank all of y'all for coming through. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow afternoon, 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon. So make sure y'all come through and do the damn thing. Y'all have a great rest of the afternoon and a great day, a great night. And don't let nothing stop you. Holla! Make sure y'all hit that like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. If nothing else, just hit the like button. I should see 20 likes on there by the time the show comes up. Peace.